Hello YouTube, today I'm Novecraft02 and I'm with some special guests. I will link their channel in the description, and today we are here with a creepypasta. I made this myself, so you won't find it on the wiki, unfortunately, but anyway, me and Riley made it up. You know Riley from previous videos anyway. So, let's get cracking then, shall we? I'll put my movie voice on. In the summer of '83, no, I'm just kidding. On a summery day in 2010, a boy called Jimmy woke with a start. He had a nightmare about a boy playing in a field by himself. It wasn't a particularly scary nightmare, but it was a pretty frightening one, since the boy had blood all over his face and was yelling repeatedly, "Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game?" Anyway, he decided to go to the park to get rid of all his worries. And at the park, he met his best friend. They sat on the swings for a little bit, just talking. And then they looked up and saw a boy in the field, looking down at his football. His best friend, Bob, was like, "Let's go." It's like, Jimmy was like, "I don't think that's a good idea," remembering his nightmare. And then, so, he went over, and Jimmy went, "Wait for me." So they both walked over together, and asked the boy, "Do you want to play a game of footy?" And he was like, he looked up for a split second and then said, "Do you want to play a game?" At this point, Jimmy was halfway down the field, but his best friend Bob was like, "What's his problem?" And went back to talking to the lad. Like, "So, do you want to play football?" "No, but do you want to play a game?" he said. It's like, "No, I want to play a game." Anyway, the kid was like, "No, let's play a game. A good game. Follow me." At this point, Bob was getting freaked out, so he turned and ran after Jimmy. The kid didn't follow, just stayed in the field with his football. Anyway, about 2 hours later, when Jimmy and Bob had got home, and Bob had come round Jimmy's house, they were playing on the PlayStation in the front room. And Jimmy glanced up, because he felt some nerves on the back of his neck after in the park. And the boy was standing there, looking at him through the window. And he said, "Do you want to play a game?" Jimmy got freaked and drew the curtains. About an hour later, he looked back out, and the boy was still standing there. So the boy put his hands to his ears in a phone fashion. He got his pinky up and his pointer finger and put it to his ear. At that one precise moment, his phone began to ring. He looked who had called, unknown number. So he answered it. It was the boy, and he said, "Do you want to play a game?" So Jimmy hung up and threw his phone at the wall, and it bounced off. But when landing at his feet, it was not the phone he threw. It was different. All over the phone was carved in, "Do you want to play a game?" So Jimmy and Bob ran upstairs as fast as they could to tell the parents. And they got in. Both the parents were dead, and on the wall, in blood, was, "Do you want to play a game?" So the boys thought reluctantly, "We might as well go along with this sicko's idea," and walked outside. He's like, "Do you want to play a game?" They said, "Yes." He said, "Follow me." So they walked to the woods and went down right in the center. And then the boy turned round and started counting. So obviously they thought we're playing hide and seek, so they ran off and hid in a tree. Anyway, the boy stopped counting and turned around and went, ready or not, I'm gonna kill you." So the boys were starting to get really freaked out, since the parents were dead as well. And they saw him pull out a knife. Anyway, so he started looking for them, and as he was right under the tree, the branch creaked under the weight. and he looked up and went, "Ha! I found you! Now I'm going to carve off your skin." So both the boys ran as fast as they can, and they ran round and round to the forest, but there seemed to be no end in the thick jungle of trees. Anyway, so there was a path leading two ways, so they split up, hoping to meet in the middle later on. Anyway, Jimmy went left and Bob went right, and the kid went left after Jimmy. Anyway, Jimmy made it to a clearing, but there was no sign of Bob. "Bob," he called. "Bob!" Even louder this time. Then he heard the shrill reply, saying, "Bob's not here anymore." So Jimmy turned and pegged it as fast as he can, but as he was crossing another path, he suddenly hit a large rock that hadn't been there before, and tripped and fell. Then blackness. When he awoke, God knows how long later, he was tied to a chair, and the kid was there. Except that the kid wasn't the same anymore. He was wearing Bob's skin. Jimmy got so freaked out, he screamed himself hoarse. And then the kid came over to him and went, "It's time to finish this game," and pulled out a knife and plunged it into his chest. Thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry if it freaked you out too much, but I was literally improvising. I had a base plan, but I went off from there anyway. Thanks for watching. As you can see, our guests. What did you think of the story, guys? Sorry about my Skype just flashed up. Anyway, that's it from me and from number 2. I'll link their channels in the description. I will see you guys later. Add me on Skype, top1990, and message me and I will get back to you. Thank you guys. See you later.